rejected Edward Snowden's asylum plea. The rejection has come close on the heels of the U.S. cyber-snooping whistleblower accusing the United States of putting pressure on other countries where he has sought refuge to deny his pleas. He's already withdrawn his asylum plea made to Russia, but he's knocking on the doors of 19 other countries to shelter him from U.S. action. The Cabinet is likely to decide on whether to promulgate the ordinance or call a special session of Parliament to pass the legislation. All eyes are now on what means the government will choose. Kera, developmental economist, now joins us to talk about the National Food Security Bill. I welcome you, Ritika, to Newsnight. The Cabinet may decide tomorrow to promulgate a National Food Security Ordinance. Does the means to achieve the end really matter?
I personally am in favor of a special session, because even though the bill that was tabled in the budget session is a much improved version of the previous version, I think there are some serious
about effective implementation.
I feel that we need to put everything, we need to throw everything at it to make it work. My hunch is that what really makes a difference is when people are aware of their entitlements and then they learn automatically how to fight for it. We have seen this in a state like
whether the country will be able to produce enough in order to meet the needs of the legislation. These concerns that need to be addressed?
I frankly am not terribly convinced by those arguments. So, you know, currently we on the PDS we are committing 58 million tons, and under the Act this.
All right, thanks Ritika for giving us your point of view on the National Food Security Bill. So the bill definitely seems to be a step in the right direction, but a lot more needs to be done in order to ensure that there is real food security for the citizens. Well, now it's time to take a look at what else is making news across the country. We'll soon do a break now. We'll be back with much more. Please don't go anywhere. Watching Newsnight, here's a recap of the headlines. 5 people killed in a Maoist. Indian aviation has been going through tough times. Jet Airways got a lifeline being raised by opposition MPs over a wide range of issues, including security concerns. The Prime Minister's office has had to issue a clarification, and the deal is under the microscope. Aviation Minister Ajit Singh has said that the Jet Etihad deal issue will be discussed by the Union Cabinet soon. He revealed that the Prime Minister's office has sought clarifications from ministries concerned, including the Commerce and Industry Ministry, on the proposed over 2,000 crore rupees deal. Last month, remember, the Foreign Investment Promotion Board deferred a decision on clearing the sale. In conversation with DD News correspondent Siddhant Sibbal, Aviation Minister said that FIPB and SEBI are also looking into the early implementation of the Jet Etihad deal.
It's one of the biggest deals in the
work is still to wrap up there. Relief has barely gotten off the ground, but rain clouds have again started to threaten. Heavy rains are predicted in another 2 days. Officials are keeping their fingers crossed.
16 days since the Himalaya.
We'll take a short breather now, but there is a lot more waiting for you on the other side. Please don't go anywhere. Welcome back. On to some sporting action now. Indian skipper Virat Kohli won the toss and elected to bowl against Sri Lanka in the third ODI of the trial. Slipped off its axis to produce one of the most extraordinary days in Wimbledon history.
Time for a change. On the first 3 days itself, we saw 10 out of the top 20 seeds. If you take 10 from the ladies section, 10 from the other section, out of these 20, only 10 seeds managed to reach the third round. So you can imagine what happened in the first 3 days. Now this is because of various reasons. A lot of experts feel that players are tired, which a lot of people are not agreeing to. There are, and also we have seen a lot of injuries here. So injuries plus lack of fatigue you can say, and some people are lacking form. So
run before
Serena was of course still great. Serena losing was because that day she didn't play well. It wasn't because she had a bad run. I mean, her record over there is unmatchable. I mean, which is something super. If you see the other half of the draw, 2 out of at least 1 out of the 4 seeds. He's actually there. So 5 out of 8 seeds are there in the last 8. So it doesn't look all that bad. All that you have lost is Nadal, Federer and Tsonga. So there is some order which has been restored. So it's not totally underdogs all the way. Yes, underdogs had their day, and that's about it.
All right. Ankita, did you have a heartbreak when you...
At the end of the day? So I would say that I agree with Sir. We've seen some ups and downs. Yes, it was quite surprising to see Serena losing her match after being after losing the first set, coming back strongly in the second, and then being up 4-2 in the third. I always thought that she would pull it off, but tennis is something where every day matters and every point matters. You have unexpected wins and unexpected losses. And Sabine Lisicki is a great player. Her game is very well suited for grass. She's done well here. I mean, she's been consistent, reaching quarters, doing well, beating Maria Sharapova before. But I would say that everybody is equally matched when they go and play a Grand Slam, whether it's the top players or whether it is these underdogs coming in. We've had a great, we've seen some young juniors up, juniors who've done really well. Women players, juniors are coming up. But as far as the men's go, I still see Novak Djokovic and Andy Murray in different half of the draws making a run for the semi-finals.
I know you're a football player, but do you watch tennis and do you watch these greats playing, and how did you feel? Did your heart sink when you saw such champions falling by the wayside?
Yeah, it was a bit disappointing that, in the first round when you have Federer and Nadal, moving out in the second round, the kind of the tournament what Wimbledon is, I think it becomes lackluster. But credit should